So kindergarten, more zero today. Again, I don't think this is really going to be very hard, but we want to make sure that we're really getting zero stuck really well in our head so that when we need to do more complicated things, zero is just so clear to us. We don't have to think about it and concentrate on it anymore. So boys and girls, today we're working with lesson 1.10. And we're going to identify and write zero. So that's not too tricky. We're starting out here. Do you see this nifty little fish bowl? So the question is, how many fish are in the bowl? Well, obviously, there aren't any fish in the bowl, and the number that means none is zero. So go ahead and trace all these. Do you see the little blue dots reminding you? Where do you start your letters? Not just your letters, but also your numbers up at the top. So start them at the top. Go around, do all those, and then down here we're going to trace. Remember, still start at the top. When you get to E for zero, you're going to hit the ball, run the bases. R is a diver letter, so dive down, 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 swim back straight up on that trail of bubbles and over. Then O, just like zero, be sure to start it at the top and go around. All right, the next page now, you're just going to be writing the number of how many fish are in each fish tank on this whole page. And then once you do that, there's one more job on this page, and that is to take a look at all the fish tanks. You will have written these numbers over here already. After you write all the numbers, if there are fish tanks with zero fish, circle any fish tank that has zero fish in it. Same thing on this page. Write the number of fish for each fish tank, and if there's a fish tank with zero fish, circle the fish tank with zero fish. And now last page here. So we're going to need to think of two people. One of them is Bryce. Here's Bryce. And one of them is Chris. So now, boys and girls, with these two boys, you don't need to write this on sticky notes. I'm just doing this so I can show you what to do. Bryce has two fish. Chris has no fish. So you've got to figure out, does Bryce go with this fish tank, or does Bryce go with this fish tank? Does Chris go here, or does Chris go here? Let me read you the clues again. Bryce has two fish. Here's Bryce. Chris has no fish. So figure out which fish tank they ought to go with. Does Bryce go with this fish tank or this fish tank? Does Chris go with this fish tank or with this fish tank? And once you figure it out, then just take the first letter of the name to write it here. So if this is Bryce's fish tank, write a B up here. If this is Bryce's fish tank, write a B up here. If this is Chris's fish tank, write a C right here. And if this one is Chris's fish tank, write a C right there. Now, here's this last part here with the number 2 and the sunshine. It says, draw to show what you know about zero. Now, that can be a little tricky. If I say draw to show what you know about 2, you could give me 2 X's, right? You could draw 2 counters by making 2 circles and coloring them in red, one yellow. But 0, you can't just give me a blank paper. You have to put something here. So I want you to notice over here, when they were trying to show you 0, do you see how they put an empty one? And the same thing on this side of the paper. When they're showing you 0, they put something empty. So if you're going to show me 0, you're going to need to show me something that's empty, something with nothing in it, because 0 is the number that we use to mean none. So you'll need to show me a container that can have none. All right, kindergarten, there you go, just 0 for today.